Gorgeous Grandma Day. This day embraces the age of the Nana and encourages all women to flaunt their granny attitudes with purpose and style. While some grandmas fit the traditional mold with gray hair, cookie baking, homemaking, hug giving, child spoiling energy to spare, many grannies sport a whole new role. Many take on the part of grandma to the children in their lives. No matter the type of grandmother they are, they're all different. Some play the hippest games, wear the latest styles, and know how to find the best deals on technology. Even the grandkids can't keep up. Funny, sassy, and energetic grandmas, rebel grannies, and smart grannies make the grade too. Nearly all of these fantastic women pass down family traditions while teaching children to stand on their own. Full of wisdom and wit, what would anyone do without their nanas? They go by many names, but they're all gorgeous in their own way. The average American will be a grandparent for half of his or her adult life. The average age of becoming a grandparent is 48, according to AARP's 2002 grandparent study. Since the average lifespan of an American is 78 years, the average person is also likely to be a grandparent for 30 years. Most grandparents don't see spoiling the grandchildren as their special role. In the AARP survey, 37% said that spoiling is part of the grandparent's role, but almost as many, 30%, said that no one should spoil children. The remaining respondents said either that parents should spoil the children or that both grandparents and parents should. 1/10 of American children live with a grandparent. This U.S. Census Bureau figure includes both grandchildren being raised by grandparents and multi-generational households. Most of these households include at least two grandchildren, and many include more. What grandparent does not have the inherent right to contact with grandchildren? It's true that all states have laws addressing grandparents' visitation rights, but the statutes are quite limited in scope. In most states, if your grandchild lives in an intact family, the parents have the right to decide who can have contact with their children. The outlook has become even more grim following the Supreme Court case of Troxel versus Granville. Grandparents aren't sitting by their phone. As much as they want to hear from their grandchildren, most grandparents are far too busy and active to sit around waiting for a phone call. In fact, the best way to reach them may be on their cell phones. Besides having many interests, many grandparents also have jobs. Today's grandparents spend more on their grandchildren than did their counterparts in the past. Modern grandparents do spend, and spend generously, on their grandchildren. From 1999 to 2009, spending by the 55-plus demographic on items for children increased 71%, according to a MetLife study. Go Granny. Grandmothers outnumber grandfathers. Because women live longer than men, grandmothers outnumber grandfathers about 124 to 100, according to Census Bureau figures quoted in the MetLife study. Grandparents are seen as less tolerant of different races, cultures, and beliefs than younger generations, according to a research center report. About 15% of grandparents care for grandchildren while the parents work. This figure from the AARP report includes grandparents who are eager to provide childcare because of the expense of conventional daycare. Modern grandparents are, well, modern. According to grandparents.com, 75% of grandparents are online, and that percentage is continually rising. However, only 10% of grandparents sport a tattoo. No record on whether that figure is going up or going down. Probably down with a sagging skin. Grandparents know a lot of things, and especially about the family. You can ask about any family member or friend that you haven't seen for a long time. They will surely know where that person is living, what he or she is doing, how many children they have, etc. If you spend time with your grandparents, maybe you have already heard the famous "in my time." For example, when they see bad news on television, they say, "In my time, those things couldn't happen."